Hey, it's me, Big P, and I'm here with, I guess, what's going to be a closing video on both this character, the Necromancer, Volatile Deadcaster, and the Blight League as a whole for me. I have been having some computer issues in the past couple of weeks that have prevented me from kind of really min-maxing this build in the way I wanted to, but it's pretty solid in its current state and has made enough changes, I think, to warrant a video. I have gotten to 24 challenges, and I think that's going to be it for Blight League for me. But I just kind of wanted to go over the build, which is essentially still the same with a couple little boosts and upgrades. We're going to try and get a insane remnant done here with the build. And fortune does favor the brave. So, if you're not familiar with the build, ooh, look at that slowdown. That was chunky. That was horrible. Basically what the build does is crash your computer by creating a lot of volatiles. It's not as good as the... Wow. I think I gotta turn my loot filter down. Hold on. I have been playing with a soft loot filter for what, well, it's going to be a secret reason. At the end of the video we'll reveal it, but we are actually going to skip the Blight for brevity's sake again. Like, as you see, we take pretty big chunks. The mapping setup that we have with the Poet's Pens, I wouldn't exactly call it a Poet's Pen build. A lot of the proper Poet's Pens build will be with like cooldown reduction, making sure you're hitting your like attacks per second. I kind of have it here, like you can see the Volatile Dead tick, and it looks like it's pretty much constantly ticking when I've got, you know, all my flasks up and my frenzy charges. I don't look too, let's get out of the bears. I don't look too hard at it. It's not really a Poet's Pen build, it's more a Volatile Dead build that can use Poet's Pen for a mapping setup, which I think is kind of cool. I was a big fan of Poet's Pen builds before the nerf. It is kind of hard to get back to that exact level, but this does it pretty well. I'm really happy that you can kind of sort of emulate, probably not as strong as a boss killer as the Indigon Poet's Pen. I mean, I'll show you here, speaking of boss killer. We are actually using a weapon swap. I crafted this, and it's technically a 6-link right now because of the castwall channeling being on it. It's not amazing, and I do want to get that 7-link. Again, haven't really been able to farm up the currency and blast through it, but this is what we're going to be using for the Chimera, which is one of my least favorite fights in the entire game. Do a bit of a build up here, but it's not really necessary. Actually, the Incinerate is the chunk of the single target a lot of the time, so you do have to rely on Flame Dash since we're off the shield charge, which can be a little nerve-wracking for some players. You kind of really do have to play the game at this point. You know, we're back on the Incinerate train for this. I think something that's nice is you can kind of just keep making volatiles during this stage, and they'll just kind of get you a bit of a safe clear of it. Oh, except there. I shouldn't have said that because I knew those poison motherfuckers. Ooh, there it is. Alright, yeah. So that's another thing. The build, definitely, the fire leech does life. You know, it's not really using leech as properly as it could be. Damn, look at that poison damage. Come on, man. Look at those lazy volatiles. Get to it. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part. Found them quick. So, cast speed is very important because the max level Incinerate just has such strong single target properties. You know what? Let's try something. Let's keep moving. No, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, just because you summon a Desecrate on them and then move right into them. Doesn't really work as well as you'd hope. Wait, what? Oh. Oof, that big chungus. Oh, I have it on... I've been trying to Flame Dash with W. There we go. This is a bit of clunkier of a fight that I wanted, but I wanted to show that, you know, kind of the range that the build can get, like with the mapping setup and the single target. Got a lot of natural light in my room, so I can't actually see where those dark clouds are. So thanks for watching my cringe compilation, guys. Promise this build is good and fun, and can maybe do it on a league starter. I think when I get to standard, I will be maybe trying to respec this build into a sort of neato, like using Gluttony as the belt instead of the Scolds. That might, you know, I've seen some setups that can maybe use, I think you use like Cyclone as a movement skill or something, which sounds pretty interesting. Oh, let's see, tired in the middle here. I don't notice I'm usually doing that. Ooh, don't hit me. Don't hit me. I'll hit me. Alright, where is he at? There he is. You did hit him with that. See, it's just one or two. Oh no, but he's gonna get me again, isn't he? Oh, there you go, mister. You really thought you had me there. But we're gonna take you down with only 2 deaths. I am kind of rusty with the build, but you know, Chimera just has stupid deaths like that. Building up volatiles between phases is something that could be probably in a fight that doesn't have the ads like Chimera. God, I hate that fight so much. Anyway, let's really go into the build. The upgrades that we've made, Calm's Heart is supposed to help us not die as much. The Scolds is how we trigger the Desecrate to make the Volatile dead. When the boss killing setup has Combustion, Controlled Destruction, Inspiration, and of course Volatile dead. Immolate might be the one that we throw in. There's a couple other options. You could even go for something like Energy Leech, if that might be always like up, which could be kind of cool. The gloves don't have a life roll. We've kind of leaned into the Calm's Heart as a way to kind of make up for all the life rolls that we're missing because of things like increased damage with hits against chilled enemies. That's proccing a lot because, again, if you're not familiar with the build, Corpse Pact, very strong. I am going to update the skill tree. It's not that hugely different. It's been over and over different areas. Bubonic Trail might not be amazing. We do have a Wise Oak now. Like, I would replace this, but it's a huge chunk of my lightning res, and to have the Wise Oak like kind of balanced. Again, this build is not like Ellie res capped. I kind of just sloppily like threw on like a Circle of Anguish and Calm's Heart to make up for some damage. When I did swap over to the Demon Weaver and Poet's Pen setup. Poet's Pen has Body Swap and Desecrate in the 1, and Volatile Dead with Spell Cascade to really start making as many as you can. It's nice to kind of get that Volatile Dead Spell Cascade interaction that we lack in the Cast While Channeling setup. You can just really make a lot of balls when you need to. Yeah, I mentioned Scolds. Might be able to take a look at Gluttony instead in the belt when we get to standard. I don't really have that much experience with the build, but you know, Eye of Innocence in the this slot, also the Amulet slot might be another way. I think that might be a little trickier to do. I do want to corrupt this. I think I've been saving up to like get it to a talisman or something like that. Again, just like a lot of things that I haven't really been able to push out in Blight League. Overall, I think Blight League was okay. I was actually more into the tower defense initially, like the idea of that sort of league like happening, than most people seem to be, but it did end up kind of getting a bit grating and almost feeling kind of gimmicky. So as you'll notice, I've gone into a completely different character here. And my Divine Eye or Totem SSF hardcore build, I decided I wanted to breathe some fresh life into the game, and after I've been having some stability issues with, you know, crashing and, you know, losing connection, I thought what better way to spice up the league than start playing hardcore. And I wasn't even going to do a video on the Necromancer. I wasn't going to do a video on this. I'm pretty much just following the build guides of people way better than me in the SSF hardcore ladder. But a Soul Mantle dropped for me last night, like right before I was like gonna just run into Act 10 Kitava. And so I thought, hey, let's you know, let's just take a look at this solo self-found hardcore build. I guess I'm gonna maybe try and be streaming it to test my new setup and the new gear that I have on my computer. Hopefully everything is okay, and stability has been an issue, but hopefully we can get that rip on Twitch TV. So yeah, let me know in the comments if I should shave or get a haircut, and block me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the graveyard.